guys, this is the magnificent one himself and humble one, Drew Nowlin, once again coming at you live from my place. Been doing a little bit of remodeling here, which is why I haven't made any balloon tutorials, but allow me to rectify that right now. It's been a long time in the promise, but I will do for you today Spongebob SquarePants. Now, I'm not a big Spongebob fan, but when that whole series and the series of movies came out, I just had to say, okay, let me come up with a Spongebob. So many balloon sculptors have their own versions, but I have one right now that I have made my own. So for this, you will need 2 yellows with about 5 to 6 finger lengths at the bottom. Of course, I only use 260s. You will need 1 black, which it really doesn't matter how much you use this because this will be the shoes, and a brown with about also 5 to 6 finger lengths at the end of it. And also, finally, 1 5-inch round white. Don't blow it up completely, just maybe about halfway will be perfectly sufficient. So let's start with, of course, the square, because he's a square pant. So make a 1-inch lock twist, and then about 4 to 5 finger lengths. Another 1-inch lock twist, then about 6 to 7 finger lengths. We want to make sure that he's a little longer. He's not necessarily a perfect square, but we want to give his body a little bit of length. And another 1-inch lock twist. Then we go for the 4 to 5 again, a 1-inch, and then once again the 6 to 7. Make sure each of the opposite sides is equal as much as possible. As much as possible. This one might be a little long, so we'll make it like that. There we go. So we have basically this shape. Now, whatever is left right here, I want you to make sure that you can twist it into this side. So this we have a little bit of extra, so grab your scissors, let out a little bit of that air, snip, and just let it go. Tie it, and then put this nozzle into this side. So we have the basic body right here. All right. Now, here's another thing. That one that we just did, make a twist in the middle. So I hope you've left yourself a little bit of air to do that. So here's the back. Can you see? There is the front. Now, grab your other yellow. Start with one of the corners at the top. We'll call this the top where we had it before. Go ahead, measure the same distance down to the bottom, and pull it into that lock twist. And once more, let's do about a 2 to 3 inch, and then another 2 to 3 inch twist, like that, so it's the same as at the top, and twist that into the ear twist, and one more side, boom, make sure all of it is level, tie it in, and give it a good pop. But wait! Save this piece, because you will need it very, very soon. I'll reinflate that after I make sure all the ties are sufficient so we don't lose any air. So there we have the basic body of the Spongebob. And here is the back. You see right here we have a twist and we have a twist. We will be using that to connect the nose, that protruding nose that only Spongebob has. So with your scrap piece, let's go ahead and reinflate that. I have a hard time when it doesn't have, when it's not the full balloon. So leave about 2 finger lengths, maybe a little bit more from where you are tying at the end of the balloon. And immediately go into a 1/2 inch twist. Now, the lock twist right there, we're going to put it right here. Wrap it around so it doesn't come loose. And we're going to measure down with about a 2 to 3 inch twist. And then we'll do one other 1/2 inch twist. Now, so it'll look something like this. All right? Now, what we need next is our whites, because this will be sufficient for the eyes. So if you haven't done this before, do a little bit of practice before you do it actually on the job. But since I don't have all the air in this, I'm going to take my hand like this. I'm going to twist it so that one balloon becomes 2. And I'm going to put it right here. All right, so twist that in just a little bit. There we go. Now take this all the way around, and what you are looking for is to connect this ear twist to this lower thing, all you need to do is just go under it once, if you can. This will be a little nerve-wracking. But once you do, and you get everything set up, look at that. We have our sponge, the basic shape of our sponge. You'll have to push it through just a little bit, and the nose isn't quite as long as I might have it, but we're making this big so you, the viewer, can see it. But play around with the measurements just a little bit. As we all know, 260s are not always equal in size and length. So here we go. Next, we have to give him pants! Yes, we must give the sponge pants. This is a family character. Now, we will take 3 to 4 finger lengths, make a twist right there, and we are going to put it in the bottom. Here is the face, eyes, nose, so we have to put it right here, twist it into that same ear twist, down at the bottom. This will be sufficient as one leg. Then measure across about 3 to 4 finger lengths. We're going to do a bird's body more or less. So take it back and forth to the original leg, and then one more time, back over here. Aha! Make sure the legs are lined up nice and square. Ha ha ha! Bad pun. So we have something like this. Now you see we don't need all that, so grab your handy dandy scissors, make a nice little snip, and bring the legs to a point where they are the same length. There we go. Close enough. Close enough. And our sponge is coming together. Next, grab your black. This will be extremely simple because this is the shoes. All you need is a 1-inch lock twist and a flower petal. Make sure it's nice and twisted in there, then you just pop it. Alright. Hold that to the side just for a moment. Go ahead, if you can, make that other foot. And then you can go back and tie them to make sure you don't lose any air. So the 1-inch lock twist, a flower petal, there we go, and another pop, and this is scrap. Hope all of you are continuing to follow me on my channel. I've got a lot of other balloon tutorials here, and I'm always making up new things. So, whoa, came a little undone. No worries, happens to the best of us. Just make sure that you keep that shape as we connect it to the main body. So here we have, see? Okay. Well, I'll go ahead and connect it. There we go. Locking it in there. And you can even give it a little tie to the nozzle of the brown so it will stay put. And you'll have a little bit easier time to work with it. So, there is one of the shoes. Let's add the other one. We're not having any trouble with this one, I notice. Don't get discouraged if the balloons don't quite cooperate. It's perfectly fine. There we go. A sponge worthy of Nickelodeon. Now, some people would add arms to this wonderful thing. I don't think he really needs them, which is why I always go for the artistic flair in order to do that. So, with a little bit of editing know-how and a red, blue, green, and black Sharpie, let's add some wonderful detail to this character. So, let's do it. Wipe! We're getting into the process. As you can see, he now has a face and he has the arms on the side, all done with black. The red is for the tie. You'll put on right there. The green is for his porous surface because all those little dimples that he has are green, believe it or not. You don't believe me? Watch the cartoon. And last but not least, the blue is for his lovely baby blues of his eyes. And that is Spongebob SquarePants, alright? If you have a white paint marker that won't, of course, pop the balloon, you can fill in the sleeves with a little bit of white and his little buck teeth. That could use some white as well if you want to go that extra mile for your customers. Otherwise, this is my Spongebob SquarePants. My name is Drew Nowlin. Keep being creative and keep coming back. Bye now.